Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, June 8th, 2025. Thank you for joining me today. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp and on Facebook under business page Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And thank you to all the listeners who listen every week. I appreciate you all so much. The feedback, the suggestions, the positivity that comes my way from you. Again, I'm just so grateful. I feel so blessed. I'm very humbled. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Today's topic, the superpower of faith and manifestation. I'm tested this week with faith. And it's such a interesting feeling because I have faith in what is happening in the journey of my life. Yet, I currently have not seen the evidence of the investment of my faith this week. Yet I have this calm feeling. I have this knowing. I can see movement towards the physical, but it's not fully dropped in. That is the power of faith. When you have faith, it has to arrive. It's natural law. And so I know natural law is working on my behalf, even if I don't have my full manifestation. I've been shown and I've been inspired to take action, to move along. I'm implementing. But yes, the physical is yet to fully appear, but I know it will. I have no doubt. I have faith in it. How many of you believe in a God that you've never had evidence of, really? Yes, your faith will cause you to perceive evidence at times, perhaps. Perhaps you see it in how the oceans work or how something small works out for you. But a lot of people have faith in a higher being just because they have faith. There's a wonderful entrepreneur, Leslie DeMarco, and I recently caught an interview with her and a manifestation coach, a protege of Bob Proctor called Kathleen Cameron. And Leslie came from a poverty background, which went into her childhood. But Leslie felt inside, had faith that didn't have to be her legacy, that she didn't have to live her past. And as she went along her journey as a young mother, she dealt with food stamps. She dealt with the fear and anxiety of repossessions and foreclosures, of having more bills than she had money to pay with her partner. But one day, she heard an interview between Bob Proctor, the great teacher who was in the movie The Secret, who wrote Born to Be Rich, who was a man of faith. She heard this interview between him and Kathleen Cameron, and it spoke to her truth. The truth of faith, the truth of abundance, and how you get who you are. And if you can hold that feeling of knowing that you are always supplied for, that the universe or God is always taking care of my needs, always supplying my needs, she knew she would be all right. And as she went along her journey, she kept reminding herself of this. My needs are always supplied for. Always supplied for. And then one day, she won a scholarship to enter a program that was taught by Kathleen. And she prospered in that course. And she one day loaded a TikTok video about her passion, plant-based medicines. That was her passion. That was her way to thrive as an entrepreneur. And she started to accumulate sales. And so her bank account, her checking account, she says, went from like $5 to eventually $100,000. And today, she is a multimillionaire. It started through the sales of her plant-based medicine to help women. And now she is a manifestation coach herself, learning and following in the footsteps of Bob Proctor and Kathleen Cameron. But the full implementation of all this was her faith. No matter what bills came in the mail, no matter what anxiety she felt about not being able to pay them fully, she held on to, all of my needs are met. I am supplied for. I am abundant. She held the faith. Oftentimes we give up a moment before our faith pays off. But you have to hold on to it no matter what. It's an inside job. It's a feeling. It's built into you. It's a belief in it before it shows up. I've been there before where I, all alone in a room, extended my arm of faith, and I've said to the universe, I'm extending this faith now. I am not giving up. I believe in your help. I know this will line up for me. And then shortly after I extend out that arm, a miracle has occurred. It's about not giving up on yourself and knowing it will show up. And until you see the evidence. It's like ordering from a menu and knowing the food is going to show up and you have no doubt. Other wonderful manifestors, actor Jim Carrey. He wrote a check to himself for millions of dollars and had faith that he will get paid that. Even at the time, he was struggling financially. The great teacher Joe Vitale, who is a great teacher of Ho'oponopono method, a Hawaiian method that helps you heal. Also a great author, The Attractor Factors 1. He was once homeless in his car, but he had the faith that this would not be his life. He intended no more. I am not only not going to be homeless, I am never going to struggle financially again. It is that heavy intention of today my life changes for me. I am determined that my life will change. And it's an inside job. It's not from the outside. It's an inside job. And it has to be there no matter what the circumstances in your life is. It's so strong, it's impenetrable. It's a knowing. And nobody around you can say anything different to you. Nobody can tell you, well, it's this way, it's hard, or it's not going to happen, you should give up on it. you should not believe in yourself. You should get a, quote, real job. No. It's there no matter what. It persists. And what persists in belief becomes your life. It becomes true. It becomes fact. What you feel and know, you will see. Again, it's natural law. It's natural law. It has to come, but it comes in its own timing. It doesn't come when you go, okay, I believe, show me. Because if you're saying, I believe, show me, you don't believe. If you need evidence to believe, you don't believe. If you doubt that you're worthy of what you're asking for, you won't see it. And that's the one thing that Leslie DeMarco had to get around. She had to keep that knowing that it didn't have to be her legacy, it didn't have to be her heritage, her ancestry did not have to move forward, that she was worthy, that she was deserving of a better life. She loved herself that much. That is how it has to be. The growth of self-love, the growth of worthiness, the growth of knowing what you deserve. And to understand that the minute you start to love yourself and know what you deserve is the moment you will be tested. But you have to hold true. It's kind of set up that way. That we get our greatest tests when we think, I've got it, I'm rolling along. But the tests are to grow you. And things will pop up to heal, to grow you as well. The moment you're rolling along and feeling your best, some type of trigger will happen. Maybe you run into somebody, or a song pops up, or you accidentally see pictures or something. Then you have to deal with the pain of the past. The reminder of how you used to feel, When things pop up to heal, go at them. Remind yourself that you're leveling up, that you're upgrading, that you're worthy, that you're more than enough. How wonderful you are. It is so important to do that. It's an inside job. It's self-talk, it's self-thoughts, it's self-emotions. And you always have to be kind to yourself. And sometimes being kind to yourself means that you're a bit blunt with others, but not unkind. Though to the others it might sound like you're being unkind. For instance, when you want to say no, people around you may think that that is not kind. You're saying no when I want you to say yes. But if no is kind to you, you must do it. They'll just adjust. You see, people around you get used to us being a certain way. People around us. If we're big givers but not receivers, people get used to that. And they start getting used to receiving from us and not having to get back. The minute you start giving to yourself first, it's a new world for them. They don't know how to deal with it. When you start showing yourself respect that you haven't before, when you start saying no to disrespect, people don't know how to take that, but they're adjust. If they're meant to be in your world, they're adjust. So keep that in mind. It's not only about faith in yourself, but also tremendous love of yourself. For those entrepreneurs out there, it is a faith that you will prosper at your passion, even if it's taken forever, even if you feel you have roadblocks, even if you feel restless. It's the faith, it's impenetrable, It is moving forward no matter what. It is not giving up in the dream, on the dream. It's essential. Many entrepreneurs do that. Now there's, maybe a thought, it wasn't a passion then completely. It wasn't the life purpose. But the physical world should never be a detriment to your passion, to your love. Go along as if it's done. It's already happened. And that's another thing about faith. It's knowing it will show up without evidence, but also knowing I just have to ask once and it's done. When you ask over and over again for help in prayer, you're displaying a lack of faith. And the universe energy will keep giving you lack of faith. It won't show up. So ask once, like ordering from a menu, and know it's done, it's ordered. And go about your life following inspired action. Inspired action. The universe will show you the house. It's time for this to get done. It's time to do that. It'll show you what you need to do. Then your job is to do it. If you don't do it, you're in your own way. So you have to do it. But it should not be forced. It should not be out of anxiety or worry or any kind of stress. It can be uncomfortable. It can definitely be outside your comfort zone. But inspired action feels right. It feels calm. When I took over the extra office at my work to have a healing room, even though it meant extra rent, I still felt calm. I knew it was the right move. Even if I didn't know how it was going to go. It's not always necessary to know how it's going to go. It's just necessary to know that with faith that you're going to be all right no matter what. Every moment in your life is temporary. So if you're currently going through temporary, whether it be dis-ease or wealth, lack, or love missing, this is a temporary time. Your faith and knowing that what you want is yours and all you have to do is ask once is the superpower. It's all you need besides love and compassion and gratitude. And let's go to gratitude, a necessary tool here to feel gratitude for what you haven't seen yet, to feel gratitude for what is yet to arrive. Do you know, and I think you do if you listen to this podcast before, but the healing, spontaneous healing that we can do to our bodies, we can cure anything. People have cured themselves of cancers, MS, Parkinson's, and other, lack of a better word, well, let's use issue. They've done it in a moment of immense love, gratitude, love that makes them cry, gratitude that makes them cry. It's so intense because in that moment, it changes the 3 parts of their brain and connects to their heart. The heart brain cohesion changes the makeup of their body. It replaces the unhealthy with the healthy. It brings the cure. Now, yes, it's done through meditation, but it doesn't even need meditation. It can be done in a moment when you're just going about your day and suddenly the two connect. You're overwhelmed with love and gratitude. At that moment, in the present moment is key, your body is healing itself. Whenever we are in the present moment, our body is in a state of restoration. It's set up that way. The reason why not everyone heals themselves from these conditions, at least in the beginning, is because they're centered on the past and on the anxiety of the future. Now, sometimes why I hesitated there is that sometimes health is the tool of transition to heaven. But when you have a will to be on this earth, there is no condition that cannot be healed. Even if you're told it's chronic, it can be healed. But it can only be healed through the brain-heart cohesion of immense gratitude, joy, love. That's why they say simply, laughter is the best medicine. Do you know your brain waves change when you laugh? And if you laugh for a while, you are giving yourself a super dose prescription for healing. Yes. And it's free. So back to faith. When someone heals themselves through the heart-brain cohesion, they're also administering faith. Not just love, but faith. Faith in themselves. Faith in what is possible. You just have to think, why not? Again, the greatest manifestors, it's all they've done. Why not for me too? If that person hits the lottery for $1 billion, well, why not me too? Not blocking what can be yours. Not being a victim. Victims are self-imposed. No matter what has happened to you in your life, it's not that you deserved it. But being a victim is a choice. It is. And so, being a victor, having that faith, having that knowing that you can attain all that you set your mind to. Again, superpower. Today, if there's something you've been wanting to ask for, write it down with clarity and with faith and the belief in it. Write it once and then walk around feeling it's done. If you're not yet an entrepreneur, walk around like you are now. And what does that feel like? What does it feel like to be a successful entrepreneur? How is your posture? How are your emotions? How is your confidence? If you are healed from something that is physical, how's that feel? You attain the feeling within, and then you will start to see some type of energy turning in your favor from the outside. Hit my microphone there. Sorry if you heard that. Been hitting my chair the whole time too. Sorry about that. So, walk around like it's done and you're it. And what does that feel like? As you listen to this, ask yourself that now. What would it feel like to be that? And then you hold it. Now, yeah, every once in a while, we're probably going to have a drop off. You get right back on. You hold it. It should be confusing to you that you don't see it. It's so a part of you. And when you get there, where you know it's reality, and you're confused as to why it's not in your physical life, it's close. It's a very short moment away. Try that today. Now, yes, I heard a thought from someone listening. Can you have faith in others? Yes. You can have faith in others. You cannot change their will. You cannot change them in a way that you have to have faith. You can have faith that things will work out for them. You can have faith that they will have success, that they will be healthy. Sure, you can have the faith, but do not speak it. Do not force it, because they're in charge. But can your energy of faith positively impact them? Absolutely. But don't make it all about somebody else. It has to be about you first. It is essential. If you are your greatest version of yourself in your mind, the happiest, the most fulfilled, that automatically helps those around you. Leslie is a wonderful mother, and she did not want to pass on to her children what she knew as a child, and she hasn't. It was part of the infusion of her faith to be that wonderful teacher and role model, as well as a mother. You help others by your very example. So take care of yourself first and foremost, and others will be positively impacted. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that helps. Again, be sure to check out my website at lisahop.com. Appointments are available, not just in my office, but through telephone and Zoom. And if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. The followers are inching up, but I'd love for it to grow, because it's a way of service. It's a way of helping all of us as one, all of our community. Thank you again. Many blessings. A wonderful week. Talk to you next time.